Welcome, everyone, to the general gaming channel known as M12 Warthog Gaming.
Hey guys, M12 Warthog Gaming here. I'm back with another video, and today I am playing some more Town Asylum. And I'm gonna apologize if you hear any noise in the background. Right now, I'm playing on PC, but I have my Xbox on. I am currently trying to download a free game with gold. So that's awesome. It's from a game series I haven't really played yet. It's called Borderlands. I'm gonna give it a try. Maybe I'll record on it, maybe I won't, who knows. Depends upon what I think of it and the experience I have with it and whatnot, but today, let's focus on our banished town called Hogtown. Now, I think in the last video we got a lot of laborers, and we got a lot of farmers, because I know I said I wanted to get a goal of getting maximum food in this. Now, I've done it before, I think once or twice, but that was when I was just testing out mods, and I realized that the mods pretty much did it for me, and I want to do it without mods. Like, if I were, and as I've mentioned before, I don't want to use mods in this game because most of them seem to, like, here, the range in which your market area of effect extends to, like, 5 billion% or something like that. They give you unrealistic things. I think, like, the only mods I would use would be, like, retextures and stuff like that. In other words, other stuff like that as well, like stuff that retextures maps. Or gives retexture to buildings or stuff like that, or stuff that really wouldn't affect gameplay a lot, like give you infinite this or infinite that. But for now I know that we should check up on our brewer. And I want to see what he's been doing. He made 160 last season, this current season so far, which is almost over, 140. Now this apple field isn't quite ready. Maybe another year or two and it will be the same as this one. Now if that's the case, then we'll have two 28 by 28 apple orchards, and that should be more than enough to fuel year-round one tavern, because I noticed that at some points it's like it can't work because there's not enough apples in the storage spot, and that's what I'm going to try and work towards. Also, we have a trader, and what do they have? They have, I should actually, while I'm doing this, if they stay for too long, then they leave. They have log, iron tools, hide coat, stone. They don't have any of the berries. I mean, not berries, but seeds for our orchards and whatnot. I'm gonna say sorry, and I'm gonna just dismiss you. Like, you really don't have anything that we want. I'm gonna make it, like, a little bit harder for me for this challenge to get to max food by, not being able to trade, like, non-food items for food. I want to set that as, like, an extra layer of difficulty for this challenge. Now, of course, I could always add much more people to make farms and whatnot if I want to, but if I need to. But I don't want to do that currently at the moment. Now, production-wise, we seem to be doing not so good on the production of fuel. We are producing way more logs than we're using, but we're using way more fuel than we are producing. And that is actually a problem. Now I only have a small graveyard here. Pretty soon I'll need to make a bigger one. But for now, what I'm going to have to do is, I think from the looks of it, I'm going to have to start and make another woodcutter's place. Right now I have 3 out of 3. I don't want to have this one too far outside of town or on the outskirts where the logs are not being stored, because if they have to walk a mile to get to the place where we're storing our logs, then that's not gonna be able to do much in terms of efficiency. Okay. From the looks of it, we only have about 3 obstructions that we need to move. And can I add... Nope, it's at its limit of 3. That can build that. Now, I do have houses along here, a fisherman's hut on the side, if more houses and whatnot. And one thing I should add, which I haven't yet, but I probably should, is under town services, we're gonna need a well. Now, true, if you have a well, you can fight off, fires when they happen and whatnot. I think I have a few wells up here and whatnot. I have one there. But, if you have to walk all the way long distance to get what you need, that's gonna be a problem. Obviously, why we don't do that. And why I'm building one down here, one over here and whatnot. And actually, I just realized that this woodcutter is gonna take wood that he chops up into firewood and bring it all the way over here, right across. Not that far, but then that just makes it super far for the people down here who need it. So it may deliver it here. I'm not sure. Then again, there is an empty spot right next to the building site that, if I can find where this goes, and make a 5x5. That would pretty much just be for this woodcutter's place, then that should be fine. Now, another question that I have that one of my friends on Xbox Live sent me as they watch some of my games is, why did I change the locations for my herbalist? Now, right now I have 2 herbalists in a hut here. They make herbs. They pretty much are, they're low on nutritional value. I guess they're, I'm not sure what you call them. Like, they don't really count as food and keep you filled up in terms of food saturation. But, in terms of getting the nutrients that you need, it does have a high in nutrient content, which allows you to make up for the loss of nutrients that you don't get when you don't have a wide variety of foods, which goes up the more different types of crops you get through seeds, through trade, whether that be crop field trades or crop field seeds that you trade, or for orchard seeds that you get in trade as well. And originally I had them here because, well, I needed an area to put them down, and I originally put them here, but it's within the area of the Forester's Lodge, and there would constantly be trees being chopped down, new trees being planted, and you need, like, old forest areas in order to find the best herbs. And so I planted a Forester's Lodge here to make a little bit more of a thicker forest. That way they would have lots of places to look. And then took that down, put that there, and put a second one over here. And yeah, that's the way I have it. And if I want, I could disable that if I want to cut. That way we'd be planting more than what we're cutting down. That way we'd have thick forest. But keeping it the way it is now seems to have a perfect balance with me. Now, as you can see here, it says 4 positions are available for wood cutting. That means the woodcutter's house that I built is now complete. So I'm just going to add one to there. This one can't work, and it's trying to use leather. Now, that's reasonable. And next time we get a ship, we should trade for coats. For leather coats or whatnot. Because I don't think we had any. Now, the reason we don't have any is because this pen over here, this pasture, is not at max. Okay, I guess it is. But the frequency at which these 9 cows make more cows for leather is not very fast compared to the other one. But that one's not making any access cows for us because it's a much bigger pasture and it takes longer to reach its limit. But then you have more cows in there that could mate and make more cows. So you make more cows faster and go over your limit when you have a bigger pasture, because you can fit more cows in, to allow you to get more leather. This was pretty much just to start us off, because we didn't start off with a lot of clothes on this map. I think we started out with like less than 50, and most maps usually start you out with about like 30 tools and maybe 70, somewhere less than 100, but not less than like 50 for clothing. So we had to make that in sort of like a hurry, like this is a temporary fix. But I'm gonna keep that there because it seems to be doing well, I guess. And it's producing some. Now, of course, we're gonna have to trade walnut and chestnut seeds. Ooh, those are very interesting. Now, to find out if we have access to those, I'm gonna go over here to the trade items. We have chestnuts, but we do not have walnuts. So if we trade them 2,500 or something, say, I don't know, maybe iron tools, and we can get our walnut seed. And if I keep doing this, 300 tools, wow. Okay, I'm gonna do some simple math here. Actually, I was a bit off. And we got the exact amount of what we wanted. Okay. Now we have walnut. And of course, that means we're gonna have another orchard and another farmer to look over this new orchard. This is plum, and I think we're going to do 14 by 14 because that seems to be the most efficient. And there. Then we're just going to have work builders clear out this area. And actually, for farmers, you can increase the maximum to pretty much whatever you want for the amount of workers that can focus on a build. Now, what I probably should have done and what I didn't do, though, is that this would go a lot faster if I had laborers clear out the area, as they would be at their... As I would have more laborers to clear out the thing rather than just a few, rather than a select few workers, which would just pretty much just do whatever. Okay, which would pretty much just clear out the stuff themselves, and it's faster because you have more workers clearing out that stuff. Now we're in late autumn. This is year 23 that our town has been around. Apparently it says it's at the limit, but we are obviously not at the limit with 36,000. I set the food limit much higher. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Wait, that wasn't... I didn't set that limit to max. Did I? Okay, no, yeah, we're at 30 of 28. Which means we have more than what we can hold. Which means some are gonna get the axe, and then we'll eat them. Because they're delicious. Just like chicken nuggets. One of my 2 favorite foods, along with pizza. Anyway. Seem to be making more fuel now, so I'm just gonna temporarily up our limit for how many logs I want to be produced. We'll just stop around 8,000. Now we'll check on our production. And it seems like we're now, with that extra woodcutter, we are now making almost... about 900 more logs than we are using. Which means we will now be starting to get a surplus. And when people come by, we can trade that for crap that we don't need. And it looks like this tailor has leather now that they can use to start making some coats and whatnot. Now another thing that I want to make, which I don't know if we'll have enough stone for, but I guess we can find out, is a graveyard. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's sad, people die and whatnot, but you have to bury them somewhere, otherwise sadness goes down. Now, I think the biggest that you can have this be is a 20 by 20. And I'm just going to clear out this area. Now, what you can do is you could have two 20 by 20s right next to each other. I'm probably going to build another 20 by 20 graveyard here. And what I'm going to do is when one gets too full, I'm going to mark it as destroyed. And when they finally tear down the walls, the graves will still be there. And when you rebuild it, the graves will still be there and will count as a full graveyard. So we'll build boarding houses, or tell them to build boarding houses there. And they'll see the graveyard as an obstruction, the graves, remove them, and then we'll remove them and tell them to rebuild a graveyard right where it is, and that's how we can clear out all the graves. And that we don't have to have, like in my offline world, where I ended up having like 50 different graves because they kept filling up, and then I'm like, graveyards, and I'm like, well, how do I do, this is a problem, how do I fix this? So that kind of problem won't hopefully won't have that kind of a problem now. Maybe not. Our clothes are going up, but we do have less than 50. These cows need to get it on a lot more. I don't know what makes them. Do we have any wheat? We need more wheat for these guys. Maybe then they'll start to make more baby cows. I don't know. I don't know if that works in Banished, but I know it works in Minecraft. Okay, now that they're clearing out this, we're actually getting some more wood just from clearing out that for a build. It's kind of interesting. Maybe I can add another worker or two. I know we have 2 markets, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 12. That way you can have half of the maximum number that you originally started with for markets to hold. So each one will have 6 instead of 12 each, because I don't think we have a whole lot of people for that. Our herbalist died of old age. Well, somebody has replaced them. Hope their life was long and happy. We can only hope. But at least they'll be buried here until we get this new one. And then I build the one next to it. Okay. Now, one thing that I probably should have done, that I haven't done yet, which after all these episodes you're asking me why haven't I done this yet, is that there is deposits of iron, like literally right next to this training center that I've had since like maybe the first 3 episodes of my town. Maybe the 2nd episode, I'm not sure. No, probably not 2nd, it was either 3 or 4. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is iron that's like literally sitting right next to where my town started. My town started pretty much right where my town hall is. I started out with this, made a few houses here, which I expanded one of them, moved it back a tile, so we could fit the town hall right in between all my houses and my barn where it started. Because I wanted to. Okay, now we got a problem. Despite many factors, walnut. I'm gonna add another farmer there. We have a problem as we are using more food than we are producing. Which means these cows need to get more stuff and do it fast. Okay, I'm gonna increase the limit to that. They're close to it. Okay. That market's gonna help distribute things. Then we got another one of these, which I think we meant to put chickens in here. Do we have any chickens? No, I don't think we were supposed to put chickens here. No. Let's go back. Pause simulation. Let's go back. Change this to sheep, because I know we have sheep. And over here, by this trading area, as you can see, they have pecan and cherry. Now we gotta go see if we have pecan or cherry. I know we have cherry, but it doesn't look like we have pecan. It'd be great if you give us pecan. What do they want for pecan? We have a lot of tools. I could just trade them tools all day. $15. I'm still being overpaying by 20 units. Well, if I go 13, I'm still overpaying by only 4. So if I go 12, no, 11, I need 12 more units to complete trade. Then I shall do 3 firewood, and I should get exactly that. And, well, I'm just gonna dismiss them. And apparently we have someone who doesn't know where they're working. Apparently we said 8 people need to work as herdsmen. And we have 7 people. Don't know why. Okay. Food is going down, though. Hopefully not for much longer. How are we doing up here? I want to expand into this lake area. That's one thing I want to do. That will get us more food. Okay. I'm going to set that down there. Have him build that. I'm going to have a house like right next... house or 2 right next to this fishing area. And we should be all set. That... and I think we've made great progress. Especially now that I got a new orchard in. And are these harvestable? Yeah, I see apples on the trees. We can now get more apples, which is actually quite good now. Maybe now it will say that I cannot work thing will not be there anymore. Late summer, we've already produced 60. Wow. I think we might be ahead of schedule or get at least more than what we did previous season. How much did we get previous season? Previous season was only 60? That was previous season. Wow. Interesting. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna have to end this video here of Banished. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, leaving any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below would be highly appreciated. And I will see you guys later in another video. Bye-bye!